sometimes unique in their appearances, other times strange in their conditions. Here are the weirdos of the animal kingdom.
Strange animals shot and killed in the Montana wilderness.
And people have been throwing out crazy theories for a month now.
Join me today as I have got the insane compilation of animals that are born once in 1,000 years.
Here's the cat with wings.
That's so cool, Brad.
Yeah.
Cyclops goat. Back in May 2017, this calf was born in a village in the Indian state of Assam. A baby goat, born with a single huge eye, one ear, and no nose left villagers baffled. The superstitious folks were scared, thinking the calf might be cursed. But then experts came up with an explanation, saying this was a rare condition called cyclopia, and such individuals can't survive long. Here's another goat that was born in the Uthai Thani province, Thailand, and farmers at the farm were shocked to find it with only one eye. Although it was the same case of cyclopia, the goat was alive and healthy for the time being. Spinning anomaly. A man near a river spotted something bizarre. This thing was rotating in 360 degrees. Shocking, isn't it? And he wasn't sure what he was looking at, so he uploaded the footage online, hoping someone could figure it out. People on the internet immediately started guessing, with most calling it an eel. But honestly, I don't think it's an eel at all. To me, it seems like something far more sinister, something I've never seen before. What about you? What do you think this creepy animal could be? Share your thoughts. Unidentified creature. Sometimes it feels like there might be a secret gate in the woods where mysterious creatures come through. A man was going to explore the woods when suddenly a strange creature came out from there. The creature's body was weird and its face was really creepy. The man was scared when he saw it and started backing away, but the creature continuously followed him. He even tried to push it away with a stick, but it still followed him. The man escaped and left the area, but he never found out what the creature was. Human-faced goat. They say wonders will never cease. Back in 2009, residents of a Kenyan village woke up to see that their expecting goat had given birth to a very unusual calf. With an otherwise normal-looking body, its facial features eerily resembled a human. They posted the clip online looking for answers, but no one had a clue as to what caused this mutant calf. A similar incident happened in Rajasthan, India, when locals began worshipping a newborn goat with unusual features. The tiny black calf had a face that oddly resembled a human, with visible eyebrow ridges above its indifferent eyes and an upturned snout. This video left viewers stunned, with some suggesting it might be evolution at work. Others speculated that the animal was born with a rare condition. Whatever the case, these extraordinary goats certainly looked straight out of Frankenstein's lab. Humanzee. Oliver was a chimpanzee that left scientists and researchers around the world stumped. With unknown origins, this human Z, as the experts called him, walked on 2 feet like a human being. A bold head that was smaller than normal chimpanzees, pointed ears, and a jaw that was not pronounced. The animal was a mystery. Oliver seldom walked using his knuckles, making scientists believe there was something undeniably human about the creature. As Oliver became an international celebrity, people started speculating about its identity, from Bigfoot and human-chimpanzee hybrid to the missing link. What are your thoughts on this one? Let me know in the comments. Giant snail. When these clips of a gigantic snail surfaced online, people were left baffled. A girl was even recorded sitting on it. Its massive body out of the shell moved back and forth. While netizens believed it was the real deal, skeptics were suspicious, and it turns out it was actually an animatronic snail put in a park to attract visitors. Now to see something real. Have a look at this giant African snail transformation. It went from a tiny blob to a whole giant covering the guy's entire hand. It's crazy how massive these guys can get. Winged cat. Flying cats might sound like a fantasy, but these clips suggest otherwise.
There's the cat with wings.
That's so cool, Brad.
It seems that winged cats do exist, and reports of them date back to as early as 1842. While these cats otherwise look normal, they have unusual wing-like appendages protruding from their backs. Such clips have been appearing online from around the world, leaving people astounded.
Weird.
I think she's gonna lose her bird.
Some speculate that these cats are angelic beings, while doctors suggest the wings could be due to a condition called cutaneous asthenia. What do you think? Mythical creatures or clever hoaxes? The Lazen Rail. Do you know about the Laysan rail, a flightless bird found in Laysan Island, Hawaii? That's because they were declared extinct in the 1900s. The bird went extinct due to habitat loss and the impacts of World War II. Its scientific name, Porzana palmeri, honors Henry Palmer, who used to collect specimens. Now, these are the only clips we have of the species recorded in 1923. Limbed snake. Worms, hybrid creatures, or something completely unexplainable. Everyone who saw these clips was left baffled. A man discovered a strange-looking creature in his backyard with a face and a pair of limbs at each end of its body. Unsure of what it was, he posted the clip online. Instead of answers, he received footage of similar anomalous creatures from others. Take a look at this one. A guy found it on the ground. Its snake-like body had 2 sets of limbs and a long tail, and its completely unmoving state suggested it might be stuck.
Oh, it's tiny.
But the mystery didn't stop there. Another clip from Vientiane, Laos began circulating online, featuring a similar snake with 4 legs. This one was a bit larger than the previous find. Since snakes aren't supposed to have limbs, if you have any idea what these creatures might be, let me know in the comments. Monkey face chicken.
Qui a visage, voilà. C'est ça qu'elle a. Un poulet qui a visage qui est encore vivant, hein.
A man was wandering through the woods when he noticed what seemed like a monkey's face hiding in the bushes. Curious to know more, he moved in for a closer look. To his shock, it wasn't just a monkey's face. It was a monkey's face on a chicken's body. He was completely stunned by this strange and unexpected sight. He thought maybe there was a nearby lab where scientists were experimenting with animals, or this could be a chicken from another world. Hybrid mystery. If this isn't the proof we need that some animals are born once in 1,000 years, I'm not sure what is. A man in Texas was taking a walk in the dark when he suddenly felt something odd in the air. Curious, he decided to check it out. What he found was a creature clearly scared and trying to hide. But this wasn't your typical rat. It had claws so weird that it almost looked like a mix between a bird and a rat. Now, just like me, people on the internet were completely puzzled. I personally believe that it was some kind of rat that hadn't been discovered yet. Humanoid tick. Near a quiet pond, a strange being was discovered, and trust me, it's the stuff of nightmares. This creature had a face eerily similar to a human's, and a body that was a terrifying mix of a tick and something far more unnatural. With 4 pairs of legs, it moved in a way that really made my skin crawl. The guy who discovered it was really unsure of what this creature is, so he quickly uploaded this footage online, hoping for the answer. Netizens were genuinely freaked out, while many were sure that it's just a cleverly crafted hoax. So, what's the real deal here, guys? Is it a humanoid tick or just a trick of the camera? One-eyed shark. Fishermen in Mexico were stunned when they discovered an extremely rare creature in the Sea of Cortez. A tiny baby shark with just 1 eye in the center of its head left everyone speechless. Experts were aware of the condition known as cyclopia, where an animal develops only 1 eye, but this was the first officially verified case in a shark. Sadly, the baby shark had already passed away and was donated to experts for research purposes. Two-headed turtle. At the Natural History Museum in Geneva, Switzerland, this rare creature lives, a 2-headed tortoise. Even though experts claim that animals with such rare conditions are unable to survive for a long time, this one seemed to have defied all the odds and celebrated its 25th birthday in 2022. Though it's getting older and one of its heads faces some difficulties, it continues to receive special care and rehabilitation. And amidst all the challenges, this unique tortoise is still going strong.
Puis à moitié de lutter à chaque fois contre l'autre.
Another rare wonder of nature was discovered when a turtle hatched with 2 heads instead of 1. The owner was surprised when this one emerged from the egg. This 2-headed turtle, which was expected to be twins, but the embryo failed to separate. Except for its 2 heads, the rest of the turtle's body is completely normal, with an interesting pattern on its shell. This remarkable turtle stands out as an extraordinary example of nature's surprises. Cyclops cow. When this a deformed calf with a single, huge eye was born in West Bengal, India. Locals started hailing it as a miracle of God after being rejected by its mother, as animals don't tend to the offspring with the least chances of survival. People took it upon themselves and took the calf in. Some even started worshipping it as a divine entity. Another similar case was seen in a remote village in Quezon, Philippines. Born in May 2020, the calf was named One Eye by the locals, as it had only one eye and no snout, leaving the residents puzzled. The calf was affected by cyclopia, which often results in a very short lifespan. Animals born with this condition rarely live more than a few hours. The unusual birth left the villagers wondering what could have caused it. The owner, believing the calf might bring him luck, asked for help from the local council to improve its chances of survival. World's shortest cow. Meet Rani, a miniature cow from Bangladesh that stands at just 20 inches tall and weighs 57 pounds, about the size of a small dog. Her tiny stature makes her easy to carry, and she quickly became everyone's favorite, drawing many visitors eager to see her. Unlike typical cows, Rani eats only small portions of food. The farm owner submitted her for a Guinness World Record, hoping she'll be recognized as the shortest cow in the world. Currently, the record is held by a 24-inch tall cow from India, but if Rani doesn't grow anymore, she'll claim the title. The Golden Toad. These tiny frogs you see on the screen are the golden toad, a vibrant, bright orange amphibian that lived in the cloud forests of northern Costa Rica. Discovered back in 1964, they were a rare sight, found only within a tiny area. These toads were small, with males being a bit smaller and more brightly colored than females. Sadly, by the time 1989 rolled around, the golden toad had vanished, and in 2004, they were officially declared extinct. The reasons behind their disappearance are still unclear, but scientists believe a severe drought, pollution, or disease could be to blame. The Tasmanian tiger. The Tasmanian tiger, a species that resembled a cross between a wolf and a tiger, was last known to exist at Hobart Zoo. Rare footage of this animal, filmed in 1933, was uploaded online in September 2012 and was later colorized in 2021. Numerous studies suggest that dingoes, which hunted in packs, likely played a major role in the Tasmanian tiger's extinction by outcompeting them. And another study done in 2013 also pointed to rapid human population growth, technological advances, and sudden climate changes as major contributing factors. The last two Tasmanian tigers passed in captivity, marking the extinction of the species. Eight-legged goat. In 2014, something bizarre happened on a farm in Croatia. A baby goat was born with 8 legs and both male and female organs. It might sound like a joke, but it's true. This goat was incredibly unique because its body developed in an unusual way before birth. Sometimes when developing embryos don't form properly, they can merge inside the mother's womb. That's what happened here, resulting in this extraordinary looking goat. The farm owner took care of the goat's special needs and showed off to the world how nature can be full of surprises even if they're a bit strange. Alien fish. Have you ever wondered if the creatures we thought only existed in our imagination might actually be real? Have a look at this one. You say, this demonic-looking fish was caught by a fisherman in Malaysia. Thinking this was an otherworldly entity, the truth finally came out when someone pointed out that this was the Japanese alien fish, or devil's pet fish. Many people think it resembles the baby Demogorgon from a sci-fi series. Its scary teeth are enough to keep anyone away, but not the Japanese, who consider it a culinary delicacy. So, would you dare to try a bite of this nightmarish fish? Let me know in the comments. Kuwayo bird. In 1987, the last Kauai bird, a male, was recorded calling out for a mate, marking the final known sound of the species before it went extinct that same year. This bird's extinction followed the loss of its close relatives, like the Hawaii and Oahu. Normally, about 1 in a million species goes extinct naturally each year, but that year, we failed to protect these species. These rapid extinctions highlight the urgent need for us to protect our natural world to prevent many more animals from disappearing. DZO. Scientists aiming to boost meat and milk production by creating a hybrid between yaks and domestic cattle came up with DZO. This impressive bovine, first developed in Tibet, combines the best traits of both parents. They stand up to 5.5 feet tall, weigh around 300 pounds, and have thick coats in white, brown, or black. With a cattle-like face, large horns, and a strong body with a yak-like hump, DZOs are strong and efficient in both meat and milk production without increasing farming costs. Male DZOs are sterile, but females, known as Dizimos, can produce new DZOs when bred with yaks or cattle. Struttlefish.
Scientists in Hungary create a new species of fish. The whole thing was by mistake.
While trying to help the endangered Russian sturgeon reproduce asexually using American paddlefish, scientists ended up creating a new fish species accidentally. The new fish has a nickname, Strudelfish, but it doesn't have an official name yet. The mix-up happened because some paddlefish DNA got transferred to the sturgeon. This project was part of a tech-driven conservation effort. With the features of both fishes, this new fish is the real-life example of mad scientist experiments. The two-faced cats. Now let's meet Frank and Louie. No, they are not two different cats as you might assume. It's a two-faced cat named after Janus, the Roman god with two faces. At 12 years old, he's the oldest known cat with this condition and even holds a Guinness World Record. He was going to be euthanized at a vet school, but his unusual appearance led to his adoption. If you're wondering how the daily activities roll around, well, Frank does the eating while Lou just hangs out. Frank's two outside eyes are the ones that see. Frank and Louie are quite a sight for people who are aware of such conditions. The half-half cat. Talking about cats with special features, we can leave Venus. It's her striking appearance with one side of her face black and the other orange. That makes it different than most. The rest of its body is a mix of black and orange fur, and it's her different colored eyes as well. Venus is very much a celebrity online as her owner keeps everyone posted on her unique pet and shows how charming and different this cat is. Rare turtles. This clip posted back in 2018 set the internet buzz. A white turtle was found in a private aquarium in Goa, India. Its movements seemed to be normal, so netizens speculated that it might be a rare case of albinism, a condition where the individual does not have any body pigment. There are also these golden yellow turtles that were discovered in Nepal and India. Many believe that this is a good omen, and think good luck will follow these unusual looking turtles. Strongest dog. Meet Wendy, a whippet that took the internet by storm. With a broad, muscular body, weighing 65 pounds, Wendy was twice the size of a regular whippet. And while this dog might look like she's on steroids, Wendy was actually affected by a rare genetic mutation that gave her double muscles. But this condition doesn't affect the health of a dog, making Wendy a healthy whippet living happily with her owner. Lonesome George. Lonesome George was a giant tortoise believed to be the last of the Pinta Island subspecies that lost its life in the Galapagos National Park in Ecuador. He was 100 years old at the time, which was still young for his species, as they are known to live up to 200 years. His keeper was alarmed by the development, claiming that he was doing just fine, and this was quite unexpected. Nobody knew the reason behind this tragedy, leading to the decision of conducting an autopsy on the body. The authorities decided to later embalm the carcass, so people who hadn't met George could take a look at the magnificent animal. Hawaiian crow. The Hawaiian crow went extinct in 2002, but luckily back in the 1990s, a group of researchers worked to support the species through conservative breeding. And in 2016, 15 years later, they were released into the wild again in hopes of ending the extinctions and starting a new wild population.
It's been almost 15 years since this species has been out in the wild, so it's an exciting time.
The birds wore a lightweight transmitter, allowing the team to track them down and study their behavior.
Wearing a small, lightweight transmitter that will allow us to track them in the forest.
Later on, the scientists found that the birds were falling prey to their natural predators. So in order to preserve the species, they changed their strategy, hoping to breed them in captivity. Heath hen. This black and white video of a strange-looking bird is the only proof we have of the heath hen that went extinct in 1932. Weighing up to 1 kilo, these brown birds had distinct stripes on their body, with the males boasting bright orange cones over each eye and sacks of orange skin on each side of their necks, while the females were smaller, without the colorful markings of the male, which nested on the ground. Their last surviving group was on a small island called Martha's Vineyard that caught fire, shrinking the population by the hundreds. The remaining fell prey to disease, finally disappearing completely. The smallest pony. Meet Einstein, the world's smallest pony with an incredibly heartwarming story. This mini rock star was met with an unfortunate spine injury. With its chances of survival impossibly low, the vets advised the owners to put Einstein down. However, they did not lose hope, and the pony underwent a 6-hour-long operation. After staying in intensive care for 2 months, the tiny horse miraculously pulled through, regaining his ability to walk. His favorite pastime, galloping around the fields and playing with the dogs. Einstein's story of resilience keeps inspiring people around the world. Mysterious flying creature. A group of friends in Brazil went to explore the woods, but they didn't know that they would find something that would totally shock them. They saw a strange flying creature that at first looked like a bird, but when they looked closer, it was something else. This creature didn't even have a proper face, and its body was like a bird's. It seemed like the creature was scared of them. The friends observed it for a long time, but when they couldn't identify it, they left. Maybe it was a bird from another world. Marine oddity. This guy in his boat had a truly creepy encounter. He found a bizarre starlight creature with countless wriggling tentacles right on the floor of his boat. And before you jump to conclusions and think it's an alien, like many did online, let me set the record straight. This spooky star was actually a basket star, but it wasn't your everyday starfish. This deep sea marvel usually lives around 1/800 feet below the surface, so seeing one up close is incredibly rare. Albino panda. Have you ever imagined a panda without its black markings? Here's a clip that will help you visualize the idea. The world's first ever albino panda was captured on video in China, leaving researchers baffled. And certainly the animal looked quite odd without its regular features. The scientists worried that it would leave the bear vulnerable to predators, making it hard for the animal to blend in. There has been no other sighting of the creature, but researchers were on the lookout in hopes of studying the animal in detail. Taigan. This is no ordinary big cat, and I'm sure you've realized that this is a taigan, a hybrid of a female lion and a male tiger. This is a very rare breed, as the mating is against the natural order, and taigans are sterile, so they can't produce offspring. Its body is adored with stripes that it gets from its dad, and a mane from its mother if it's a male. This species is smaller in size as compared to a tiger because it gets the growth inhibitory genes from its mother, and therefore weighs only about 400 pounds. Zebroids.
Look at this. It's a zonkey and a horse.
Talking about hybrid animals, we also have these. Zebroids aren't just one animal, but a group name for any animal that came from a zebra in part.
Look at this. It's a zonkey and a horse.
For example, a zorse is a cross between a horse and a zebra. Similarly, a cross of a zebra and a donkey is a zonkey. And that's not even the tip of the iceberg. Take a look at this zorse. Makes you think the mother zebra's printer ran out of ink mid-birth. The unique pattern of this animal has left people amazed. Here's a zonkey with its distinct stripes and long donkey ears being fed by a tourist. You've got to admit there's something unsettling about these guys. Cat or dog? If you can't make up your mind about what animal this is, you're not alone. Everyone on the internet was just as confused. Meet Dwee that has left people wondering if it's a cat or a dog. His thick fur and pointed ears gave him a feline-like appearance. While the breed of the dog remains a mystery, the owner said that he was a cross between a native Vietnamese breed and a short-legged pooch. Cat, dog, or bear cub, no matter what Duai is, he's one adorable pet. Another video posted online showed a similar dog, but this time with light brown fur. While many were convinced this was a cat-dog hybrid, one expert pointed out that this was a Hmong dog, which looks like that when young and is known for its cute feline features. Human-faced dog. Yogi, the famous dog sensation, has captured hearts worldwide with his remarkably human-like expressions.
Yogi. Yogi there, see? Oh, he just winked.
Many people pointed out that Yogi's face bore an uncanny resemblance to that of an old man after his owner uploaded a photo of him on Facebook. And they're absolutely right. There's something undeniably human about Yogi's features. His steady gaze, strong brow ridge, and soft pinkish lips all contribute to this dog's peculiar, part-human appearance. Despite having this bizarre look, Yogi is the friendliest dog you'll ever meet, says his owner. Liger. Meet the largest species of cat in the world. A liger is a hybrid of a male lion and a female tiger. Both parents belong to the same genus, but their species is different. The unique species is only created when the two rival cat species meet in captivity. The resulting breed is a giant, a cat so big that it may be too heavy to hunt. Male lions pass on genes that encourage growth, but the female lion's genes limit the growth, resulting in regular-sized cubs. But the female tiger has no such genes, leading to giant ligers that even dwarf tigers. Jaglion. And while we're on the topic of big cat hybrids, here's a Jaglion, a hybrid of male jaguar and a female lion. However, this species is among the rarest, with only 2 known Jaglions in the world. This rarity is due to the lack of geographical overlap between lions and jaguars in the wild. The only known hybridizations were in captivity, like the ones in Bear Creek Sanctuary in Canada. With a brown background color and rosettes adoring their bodies, Jaglions are a magnificent blend of both species qualities. Inbred Kenny. Kenny instantly won the hearts of people worldwide as a tiger with Down syndrome when his picture started circulating back in the 2000s. A face that was pressed in with its teeth sticking out, the tiger was quite unusual and the second one to survive out of the entire litter. Despite the strange appearance, Kenny was a friendly tiger loved by his keepers and people who came to watch him. These mutations are quite common in white tigers because of inbreeding, since they are not an actual species. It's believed that all the white tigers came from only one tiger captured from India. While Kenny was adorable, he was also a testament to the harmful effects of inbreeding in captive animals. Glowing rabbit. Bunnies are cute and lovely creatures, but we humans simply can't leave nature on its own. Say hi to these baby bunnies that can glow in the dark, all thanks to scientists. I don't know why they thought the bunnies would need such a feature, but they were surely successful in making them glow. This project was conducted at a laboratory when the researchers injected the glowing gene of a jellyfish into the rabbit. These glow-in-the-dark bunnies are a sign of how science can manipulate nature. Well, I guess, still better than giant mutant evil bunnies. Pumapard. Ever wondered what would happen if a puma and a leopard were to mate? Well, that's where a pumapard comes in. They were first bred in the late 1890s by a German merchant at his animal park in Hamburg. Most of the hybrids did not live up to adulthood. With faint leopard spots on a puma-colored background and a long tail, the pumapard retains the features of both its parents. The length of the animal, however, is much shorter than either of its parents, lending it a cat-like appearance. Researchers have been intrigued by the species for years because the puma and the leopard are not closely related. The green puppy.
Look at your screen, a puppy.
A Floridan puppy hit instant fame right after being born, and for good reason. It was a golden retriever pup with the strangest of coloration, strikingly different from the rest of the litter. The little guy was otherwise healthy, and 6 months later, its color went back to normal. Another similar incident occurred in South Korea, where the owner was shocked to find a green pup in the litter. She was shocked, saying she had never seen such a strange dog during her 93 years of life. It looked as if someone had dyed the fur green. The locals dubbed the little guy Korea's first ever green dog. Sometimes puppies get stained by a green pigment in the mother's womb, resulting in this rare color. Pink elephant. First green dogs, and now pink elephants. Nature sure has some weird stuff up its sleeves. A rare pink baby elephant was spotted in the South African National Park. The little one moved about the adult elephants, creating a stark contrast between their dark coloration. The ranger who filmed the animal said the calf's skin was pink due to a rare condition called leucism. Another pink calf was spotted in the Masai Mara National Reserve in Kenya, leaving people in awe of its strangeness. The longest cat. Back in August 2010, a feline broke the world record for the longest cat in the world. Meet my Maine's Stuart Gilligan, a magnificent cat that has left people worldwide in awe of its beauty, and the measurements taken at the Nevada Humane Society left everyone shocked as the feline measured up to a staggering 48.5 inches.
We got it! 48.5 inches! Yes.
Now that's something to show off, and I bet the cat has no problem fetching food from the cabinets. The kakapo. Ever heard of parrots that can't fly? Let me introduce you to the kakapo parrot, native to New Zealand, that is too heavy and short-winged to get airborne. So instead it climbs trees like a monkey, making it the world's heaviest and only flightless parrot. They are also nocturnal creatures and have forward-facing eyes like the owl. While they look fierce and move like predators, they are actually an endangered species. But thankfully, there's a new program that has been launched in the country where researchers are helping the population grow. This giant animal you see on the screen is something you'll never get to see in real life. This is a Moratherium, an ancient prehistoric mammal that went extinct long ago. To give you some perspective, scientists believe it was about as large as a tapir. It had short, strong legs, a relatively long body, and a short tail. The feet of Moratherium were broad and terminated in flat-hoofed toes. A team expert in making animatronic animals completed their Ice Age project by making this lifelike Moratherium.